G'day, everybody. Alibar Jones here from the Earth Guard Astral Projection Group. And today was a wild mission. Yeah, like we were sort of laughing about it, going, should we try and take the moon off them? Should we do the, should we try and reset the moon? I mean, we've had a bunch of missions on the moon before, but in this instance, we had a technological update. And that's what we're calling, and since we find these things, we get to give everything new names. So we're calling it a reality breach. And so what you have here is uh, two different sets of physics that have a portal plus or a portal, a very fancy portal. We'll oversimplify it and put it that way. In between them so that they can meet. And in the moon, you had somewhere one of these portals that opened to, we'll call it ultimate darkness or the dark world or something like that. Um, it's an entirely another reality. It's not a parallel dimension. It's just the physics in there are completely different. And so separating them was a really, really fun job. G'day. I'm Alibar Jones, leader and founder of the Earth Guard Astral Projection Group, and I'm here today to talk about my astral projection course. And the thing that I want to say is that it's probably the most comprehensive course that you'll find on the internet. I have looked around and I can't seem to find anything that teaches more, covers more topics, and, without being funny about it, leads people to mastery. And so as I was coming up through the ranks, it cost me tens of thousands of dollars and about 15 teachers in about 8 years to get to a point where I was really felt like I was independent. I was on a plateau, and any operation that I wanted to perform on the astral planes, I could do it. I could design the spell, I could design the process, and make it happen. Now, that was flabbergasting. I do not recommend that to anybody. Um, so this course is designed specifically to take you from zero to hero in 1 year, provided you are doing lots of meditation on your own. And you'll make it. And I have a slow of ex-students who are now, well, just my buddies on the astral projection group. This real mastery, this real independence, this real becoming your own spiritual operator is entirely available to you through this course. So, just to give you a sense of how competent our people come out, we have something called the cadet flight. So, after you finish the course, I'm hoping that you'll come and volunteer and fly missions to help Mother Gaia and the Earth and the humans here. Because, as far as I can tell, we're the only ones who are doing it. Now, I know that the Earth Guard is known for beating up demons, and it is my great delight to tell you that I expect that that war will be completely won within the next 3 months. In fact, we expect demonkind to be extinct by Christmas. And what will happen after that is Earthguard will change what it's about. We are doing some ley line repair, and we are talking to some alien groups. And, what's in the inner Earth is still a bit of an enigma to us. But one of the cadet flights, they went out there and they discovered something that I'd overlooked altogether. And it was Mother Earth has her own natural ley line repair system, and different beings who are involved in maintaining the entire system for the Earth. Now, the dark side had crushed and trapped those entities, those beings that were looking after it. And the cadet crew, they flew 6 missions, completed it, repaired everything, got everything working great, and then told me all about it afterwards. Like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm stoked that everybody is able to produce these kinds of outcomes just because they want it, just because they think it's a good idea. And these are the friends I really, really want to make. These are the people I want to spend my time. And so the Earthguard missions are not all about fighting demonkind. In fact, we expect that kind of work to dry up soon. But this astral projection team will then take on other jobs, which include but are not limited to repairing the ley line structure and collective consciousness here on Earth, getting a reliable embassy for all of the different kinds of aliens that are out there, and unraveling the mystery and enigma of exactly what's going on in the inner Earth. There'll also be some work integrating with secret space programs, and who knows what else is out there in the galaxy for us to discover. Could be anything. But Earth will have a dedicated crew of astral projectors who are not just looking, but impacting our universe for the humans, because there's just not enough people looking out for us Earthlings. So if this excites you, if you're feeling the pull, click the links, go through the onboarding process, because we'd love to have you on board, and we'd love for you to be part of the future of humanity and integrating a new technology for the Earth. As part of registering your interest, we'll be giving you a 15-minute video, which gives you an idea of what my teaching is like. And to be honest, I think it's pretty good. The 15-minute modality, I developed it, and it's easy and simple, and it proves to every human that this is something that we can do. So don't waste any time. Don't let this scroll by. Click it now and get on board. We'd love to see you there. Now, the first thing that we found was that they'd taken chunks out of the moon and put them into their reality, and put some of their liquid, or this oily sort of substance, this goo, into the moon, and some of their personnel. And so we just slowly but surely started reclaiming their chunks, just reclaiming, um, and cleaning those chunks of the junk that they had been, the junk physics, the foreign physics that they'd been infused with. So as we reclaimed that, that was really working. We came across a few hurdles, though. One of them was that there was a being who controlled the moon for this dark world. I'm going to call it dark world because we get to name things now that we find them. And what he was about broadcasting the energy of the moon as far and as wide as he could. He even had a satellite dish that was broadcasting victim feminine down to the earth. And if you look at what feminism is, you know, victory is victimhood, and feminism's relationship with victimhood is inseparable, be it real or perceived. It doesn't really matter. But this thing is out there broadcasting that perception. And through that, it's broadcasting and empowering different victim feminine deities. You've seen lots and lots of, if you've ever studied Wicca, you would have found these victim feminine lunar deities. And what we found is the broadcast point that's stimulating and fueling and inspiring these deities to keep going and bring and drag us all into that victim bully savior drama that the victim feminine loves to do. God bless them. But the real point of meeting those two kinds of physics was, of course, the energy drain. So that physics was set up to just extract. And initially, when we first saw it, we thought it was a completely one-way exchange where the physics that melded the physics just so they could drink it dry through that straw. And if you see how barren the moon is, you kind of got an idea of how successful they're being. But yeah, we shut all of that down. And then it started to get weird because we're going into the legals of who owns the moon. Like we wanted to hand custody of the moon over to the sun, and the sun wanted to accept it. But under law, whose planetoid is it? Whose celestial body is it? And of course, the dark side claimed it, but we took it to Universal Court, and I said, well, they parked it on our lawn for forever, and we want rent. It's ours now. And then the reptilians go, well, actually, it's ours, we own it. And then I started a claim for damages that they'd done to the earth and to the humans, which the Universal Court saw the debt and saw that the only way to pay that debt was to give us the moon. So that was a legitimate claim. we got the papers back and we gave it to the sun. And the sun started filling the moon with its new, fresh, well, just life energy instead of death energy. And so, she's going to be going through quite the transformation in the very near future. And she's going to be a new girl. So we hope, like all of the things that make the moon, well, a problem, can be resolved. Yeah, so, we gave the reptilians their marching orders. We'll see if they follow, see if they actually perform to that. We did see them opening gateways to Saturn and to the South Pole. So, you know, there is that. We'll see those punks again, is my point. So we kind of had a laugh at the end that, our solar system, all of the celestial bodies will have to have a party where we reintroduce the moon as a nice guy. Hopefully, it's like I said, a lot of the work we're doing is without precedent. We just don't know what the outcomes are going to be, but we know that we have to change what's going on. Even though the future is unpredictable or has already happened, is perfectly predictable where Earth becomes free. These steps that we're going through, like they're big steps and they're about the right size actions to be taking for this time in the story, in the transition of Earth, in the split, in the elimination of off-world influence in earthly affairs. I think we've all had enough of that. Yeah, so next week I think we'll be going after Saturn and doing the same thing because they have the same sort of reality bridge. And we'll be looking for another reality bridge in the South Pole in the coming weeks. I'm not sure where they are exactly yet, but we'll figure it out and we'll get on top of it because that's what we do. Yeah, if you like what you're hearing, if you want to be part of this level of work, if you want to be doing this sort of thing, you should really take my course because a lot of the people in the flight teams have gone through that training and graduated into, well, redefining the future of our planet, and taking on a technology that is more or less abandoned or unknown on our world, when really it's a leading technology everywhere else. But if you want to be an early adopter, that can happen here. So yet again, we're pushing the world into a better place. We're pushing our solar system into a more friendly milieu. Anyway, my love to you all. Stay well, and may the force be with you. Bye for now.